Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Caroline's Obsessions. I am your host, Caroline Kraddick, and I have my bestie, Nicole, with me, who is my co-host.
What's up?
She's my co-host on my podcast, my co-host in life.
Yes.
The co-host of the show in my head.
Yes, I do not need protective gear.
No protective gear?
No.
Okay, nail check. If you're watching on YouTube, Nicole and I finally got our nails done.
Let me see yours.
Look, I have chrome.
Love.
I have
That's
chrome.
what these are.
That's so cool.
These are chrome.
So we're all about the chrome.
Yeah, but it cost me a freaking arm and a leg.
Yeah, and I was there for 18 hours.
Where did you go?
I was in Plano at Daniela's studio getting my
that's right.
brows microbladed, and she looked at my hands and was like, Mija, no!
Yeah.
And so she sent me to the lady in one of the suites, and they did a great job. It was like a mother-daughter duo.
Do you have lash extensions?
No, I have lashes on.
Oh, they look really natural.
They're really, really natural.
Yeah.
They're like the most, they're Daniela. I don't know which one they are.
I like them.
Thank you. Lots of Daniela talk today because
I'm
she's
all
also one of my
natural.
obsessions. Well, your hair looks amazing.
Thank you.
I haven't seen the Bam Bam look from you in a while. It's one of my favorites. It reminds me of like 25-year-old Nicole.
Yeah, this is me. And
That was like her
I've got
party hair.
my hoops on,
Did you see my hoops?
Oh, I love them.
They're huge for me.
That's good.
These are bigger than yours.
I'm all about the bigger the hoop,
The bigger the hoe.
home wrecker. Just kidding.
Oh.
No, not really.
Is homewrecker better than hoe?
No.
I have nothing but Chick-fil-A and Starbucks running through my veins.
I have yogurt, and I'm about to lose my mind. I'm so hungry.
You didn't eat?
Caroline, I've been slammed.
I'm sorry. You should have told. Well, you missed the
I
Starbucks
missed the text. I missed it all. It's fine.
Well,
I'll just lose half a pound.
How? From not eating?
Yeah, but then I'll gain it all back by eating an 8 count and a Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich.
Are you having Chick-fil-A today?
It sounds great.
Yeah, it was freaking delicious. I had a spiced chicken sandwich and a Diet Dr. Pepper. But that's what I did. Yeah, I didn't eat yesterday until 4:30 in the afternoon. I was all cracked out.
You could feel my tummy rumbling.
Oh my gosh.
Fresca.
Can I have a sip?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I'm so parched. Thank you.
I thought you were gonna have a Starbucks drink, so.
I chugged it already in the car. It was actually not that good because they didn't have.
Did you do the oat milk one?
I tried. It is like.
I don't love it.
Ooh, I love it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can taste. It's good, but I'm so used to my normal order.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
It's my new fave.
It's that TikTok drink, of course.
Yes.
It all goes back to TikTok.
It's a brown sugar shaken espresso with oat milk.
Yeah.
And so all
It
they do
sounds
is
perfect.
shake the espresso with ice, douse some cinnamon in it, and then a little splash. I like it because it's more espresso-y than anything. So I went to order that. They didn't have it, so I got a cold brew. And I don't know why I compulsively ordered sweet cream, which I haven't had in forever.
So
Remember,
good.
I went through a little phase where I
Yeah.
liked it, but half my drink was sweet cream.
Yeah.
So I should have said 2 shaken espressos with a little
Little hint.
instead of a cold brew with it.
Yeah.
How was your weekend? I haven't seen you since last week.
It was good. I've been sorry, I'm hoarse today. Oh, I got my second shot yesterday, so maybe. My weekend was very, very low key. I think that was the first time since oh my god, my stomach. Since last year that I actually literally did nothing.
Yeah, same.
I literally did nothing. I watched, which I'll talk about. These are my 2 obsessions. I watched 2 things on Netflix. One of them consumed my time because it was a series. And then I just ate and hung out with my dog. She had her surgery last week, which I can talk about it now because it's funny looking back. But during it all, it was very stressful. So when they went in to do the surgery, the vet was like, I can't find her other ovary. I found one, but I can't find the other one. So he had to have another vet scrub in and come in, and they both determined that my dog was a hermaphrodite. And
so they found a penis.
No, it wasn't a penis.
Well, they thought it was a penis.
No, they thought it was a testicle.
Okay.
They thought it was a testicle.
They thought it was balls.
Yeah, up in there. And so because of the way it was shaped and everything, and it was small and kind of deflated, and so they had called me after the surgery and were like, she's good, she's okay, but we think she's a hermaphrodite. We had to have another vet scrub in. We don't think it's an ovary, but we removed it anyways. It could be a lymph node, I don't know, but it looks like a testicle. And I was like, okay, cool. This would happen to me.
And if you remember, Ollie
was missing a Bolly.
Was missing a Bolly, which is why he's my dog, because one of his balls didn't drop. So we were like, well, that kind of makes sense.
I was like, maybe it's Ollie's Bolly. But then they're like, okay, we're going to send it to the lab to be checked. And they called me back this past week and we're like, okay, false alarm. It wasn't ovary. It just didn't look normal.
It was just misshapen.
Yeah. And so they were like, that's probably why these owners got rid of her and didn't do the spay themselves, is because they also found a C-section scar, which the owners didn't tell me that she had a C-section with the puppies. And they also didn't provide me that paperwork, but they provided me all the other paperwork.
Right.
So they were like, probably when they were in there doing the C-section, they noticed her ovary was like deflated and they knew she couldn't have any more puppies. And like, y'all know the breeding world is like super shady. And so they probably were just like, we don't want her.
We don't want to do it.
And you can pay for her to get her surgery.
Right.
You know, which is fine. I'm glad I took her out of that house. She's no longer surrounded by fat men with ulcers laying in a bed.
Okay, there was one fat man. It's not, she wasn't at a commune.
I know. But yeah, so all good. Aside from that, I just healed mentally and physically with my dog.
Good.
How about you?
Good. Same. The only time I left was to take walks. I watched the Demi Lovato. I
didn't watch it.
It's okay. It's a series on YouTube. It's not a documentary like the last one. And it's very like clickbaity, if that makes sense. It's very like, wait till the third episode.
I don't like that.
And it's all about her.
So is she thirsty for attention? Like what's going on?
She's the intent is to show what she went through and how bad she was doing about her overdose.
Relapse and everything.
Her overdose, specifically. So the whole, like, the first 2 episodes are like, pretty much stay tuned for the overdose next week, and then that's when they talk about it.
That's kind of bad that they're hyping that.
They're not hyping it, but it's just like you're watching so you can get the details on the overdose, right? But then they're just prolonging it by like they keep repeating the same shit over and over. But the intent,
it's like watching a TLC show.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just it doesn't feel very I don't know. It feels weird. But like I stan her. She is literally everything to me. If you know me, you know that she is my everything. She was in my high school homecoming group for some reason. Have I not told you that?
Maybe.
I feel like I've told you that. She went with this boy in my class when we were seniors, and he was like a theater person, and they knew each other when she was on Disney. And so she literally went to homecoming with us. Cool. Like we sat at Mama's Pizza with her.
That's right. The Mama's Pizza.
The Mama's Pizza always, it always hits at home. So anyway.
You had Mama's Pizza.
Oh, I had Mama's Pizza. Oh, I did something. Oh, man. Oh, this is so bad.
Do I know?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
So Friday I have a story to tell in a minute, but I was in Fort Worth, and I was at Anderson Med Spa getting this cellulite treatment. If you looked on my Instagram, you saw it. And then I was driving home, and it was literally right at like 5:30. So I was like, it's going to take me an hour to get home from Fort Worth. So I was like, what do I want for dinner? And you start thinking about that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to stop in Arlington and get Mama's Pizza. So I did just that. But on my way, they said, it's going to be an hour. And I was like, oh, okay. So
I go to Whataburger.
So I got there in like 30 minutes. And so I was waiting, and I was like, and so then they called, and they were like, we're so sorry. We are so slammed. It's going to be like 45 minutes more. And at that point, I should have just been like, see you later. Yeah. But instead, I went to Piccolo Mondo, which if you are a listener of the podcast, you know that's our Arlington favorite restaurant. Like we had my Mimi's like funeral luncheon there, my birthdays, like everything. Every big event happens at Piccolo Mondo. So I go, and I was like, I'm just going to get a glass of wine at the bar, because I've never done that in my adult life, because I've been going there since I was a child. So it's not a place I frequent as an adult.
Well, and it's like you go just to sit down and eat and leave. It's not like a place you like go to happy hour.
No, you do not go to the bar at Piccolo Mondo. Like
everyone's one foot in the grave.
Yeah, the median age is about 85. Yeah. So, a place is old, no offense, but I walk in, and the piano player just had a heyday about my ripped jeans. He's like, you have holes in your jeans.
Did he stop playing to tell you?
No, he walked over. Oh. He was in between songs, and he just pointed at my jeans. You have holes in your jeans. I'm like, that okay, we'll be doing that.
I paid $200.
I literally paid $200 for them to be like this. Thank you. the 20-year-olds told me I have to wear them.
Yeah, we're reverting back to our 5th, 6th grade days.
Yeah, exactly. So I go have a glass of wine at Pickle Mondo, and I was like, well, I can't really be at Pickle Mondo and not have a spinach ravioli, but I got a pizza. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna order the spinach ravioli. I will have it for lunch tomorrow. So I had Mama's pizza for dinner and spinach ravioli for lunch the next day. But I texted Bailey and I was like, I'm such a fat fuck.
Why?
And she was like, you stop, because she goes, you had pizza for dinner and pasta for lunch.
The next day.
No guys wouldn't think of that. They wouldn't say something like that. You know, it's such a
I think it's just if that's what you wanted and it was a treat, because it's not like you get it all the time.
I don't have Mama's pizza or Pickle Mondo.
Enjoy it.
Oh, and I did.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it.
I was jealous.
Yeah, it was so good. The green olive is so good at Mama's Pizza.
Did you get that salad?
I got the salad.
With all that cheese?
It has cheese and pepperoni, and it's like it's literally pizza on lettuce.
Yeah,
and,
but it's so good.
What else? Like, it has olives. It's so good. Pepperoncinis. Their creamy Italian there is
so good.
Delicious.
I would agree.
Yeah. Since all I did was lay around and eat pizza, I didn't need to wear anything besides my Tommy John. They sent me the most amazing set, and I love the pants. They're so soft. I literally was in them all weekend. If you haven't seen them, you definitely need to check them out. And when you start every morning in Tommy John loungewear, you're that much more comfortable, so you can do everything better, like eat pizza and pasta at the same time. Mm-hmm. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics. I just absolutely, they sent me one of the bras too, and it's like butter. And the underwear is great. I love it all. Yeah, it's very comfortable. The loungewear, the bras, underwear, they're guaranteed to fit perfectly with comfy, non-pilling micro-modal fabric, which means no lint balls or fuzz, and luxuriously soft tri-blend fabric with 4-way stretch. It's the same level of comfort and innovation that goes into everything Tommy John makes. And the bras are non-slip straps, twice the adjustability of competing brands, and the softest second skin fabric for the perfect fit. Plus, you're always covered with Tommy John's best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/obsessions. That's 20% off loungewear and underwear at TommyJohn.com/obsessions. TommyJohn.com/obsessions. Okay, so I didn't tell you this in person. I told you over text, and I was LOLing. So I have some real estate stuff that I'm working on right now that I needed to fill my mom in on. And I guess I did leave it a little ominous, like, hey, we need to have a talk. I need to discuss some things with you. So I meet her at Macero at Clear Fork. And so I was so late. I was like 15 minutes late. And I come in, and my mom is shaking like a leaf. And I was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, did something happen?
It's scary when you tell someone without any context.
I said everything's okay, but I need to talk to you.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But like, she's not,
And it's your mom.
Yeah, I know. But I wasn't going to tell her over the phone. Like, it was stuff I needed to talk to her in person about. And so I update her on the real estate stuff. And she was like, I need to take a second. I have to breathe. And I was like, what's wrong? And she said, in my head for the last 2 days.
You did 2 days of this?
I said, when can you have lunch with me?
Oh, no.
And she said, not till Friday. And I said, okay, well.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I have therapy at blah, blah. And I was like, no, I need to meet with you for lunch. So it wasn't like I was like, hey, I need to, I left it out there hanging. Right. I wasn't even going to tell her I needed to talk to her. But I needed to speak with her. So she was like, the last 2 days, I built this story in my head. And I was like, what is the story in your head? And she said, I thought you were going to come here and say that you had made up your mind and that you were ready for a family. And so you were going to get artificially inseminated. And I was like,
you're like, not yet.
I said, lady, I went to Tulum in the middle of a Pond de Replay this year. So I'm definitely not ready for children.
No.
I can't.
Well, I guess it's natural for them to think that because they're probably thinking that for us. Like, you're getting older. Granted, they support us being older and not having kids yet.
Right.
But of course, in the back of their mind, that's like always on the forefront.
I guess. I was like, whoa, that's like, what did I give you?
Well, maybe it's a hint.
No, she said that she wasn't very happy about it because she was like, I've been taking care of your grandmother pretty much my entire life.
Right.
And then you, and your grandmother passed, and now I'm like ready to go to Naples and you're going to give me a baby. But she was actually like very woke about it. She said, again, I said, what would you say if that was my news? And she was like, well, I would bitch a little about not being able to be in Naples, but like,
yeah,
it's a baby. So like, let's have a baby.
Oh no.
You know?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Also,
no,
I just looked at myself in the camera and I had this like really terrible thought. And
what?
Is that I think I kind of look like Howard Stern right now.
I can kind of see it. Well, it's the headphones and the hair. Oh my God, you really do.
I looked and I was like, Howard Stern. And I think like the jean shirt.
Yeah, it's the chambray. You need some small sunglasses.
Oh man.
Start saying really crude remarks and then we'll be there.
Yeah. Hey baby, take your shirt off for me.
Let me see your tits, honey. That's too good for Howard Stern. I've never even listened to Howard Stern.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so you're Howard Stern and I'm not having any children.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too. It's good.
Everything's okay.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I don't feel the need to have a baby right now, so we're good.
Okay, when I look there, I don't really look like Howard.
Well, no,
Stern.
we can see your face there. It's because we
I think
can't
it's
really
from
see
afar.
it from here.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
Gosh, I this weekend's Easter, so we're gonna go to lunch, and then that's it. But I'm looking forward to not having to work on Friday. Good Friday.
Oh, you have Friday off?
Yeah, it's Good Friday.
What's going on? Oh, we should like have a lunch somewhere, like a fun lunch.
Okay.
Like we used to do.
I'm down.
Like an Albanese.
No meat.
Oh.
That's the one day a year that I'll listen to my mother.
We can go have fish.
Oh, speaking of fish, that's my obsession is not
I don't
fish.
really want to hear about this.
I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people that need to know.
Okay. Just go ahead.
Okay.
Start.
I'll get into it.
All right.
One of my obsessions is Seaspiracy on Netflix. I started it because I was like, oh, maybe it'll just be like just conspiracy theories. I didn't know that I would actually be watching like animals dying.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Why didn't you turn it off?
Because I was too far in, and the facts that were being spit. Granted, there's articles coming out like because it just came out like last week or so, saying that it wasn't all true, but it's by the same creator as Cowspiracy, who is also backed by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very, very graphic, very detailed. I wrote notes because I felt like if I was going to talk about something like this that's like super sensitive, that I should like at least have some background and like knowledge. But so it's like it kind of goes into the whole like overfishing.
Yeah.
Aquaculture world where this guy goes to Japan, he goes to the Faroe Islands, he goes to all these places where tuna fishing is like a huge deal. So a lot of it's in Japan, and they show just like dolphins being killed and whales being killed, like corralled into like these boats of white men are corralling these animals into coves and essentially just killing them because it's scaring off their tuna catches, their tuna. Yeah. So they figure, well, if we kill the dolphins, the fish will have more abundant fish.
Right.
And so it goes into all of that. And then and this is like a super, super dangerous industry. Yeah. It's almost like the mafia.
Right.
And these captains of these boats and all this stuff, like they will throw you overboard if you expose them. And they talk about like the amount of people that have been lost at sea and all this stuff. And so this guy goes in and essentially is filming, but he knows that he can get in a lot of trouble. Like the Japanese police were following him. Like they essentially had the Japanese FBI and CIA on him. At one point he was wearing like a pin in his shirt pocket that was filming that he wouldn't be seen with a camera.
Dang. It's intense.
Yeah, so one thing I like got from it is so the overfishing is causing like so many humanitarian issues. And this is something I didn't know about like in Africa. Ebola essentially started from overfishing. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that. And so essentially what that means is these fishermen for these big companies were fishing off the coast of Africa, and it was hindering the communities and all of the villages on those coasts to not be able to fish themselves because there was already big groups out there taking all of their fish. So they were going hungry, they were starving. And there's this one scene where like these two men are in a canoe and they're rowing up to a massive fishing boat, and they think that they're pirates, but they're not, and they're just putting their hands to their face to say we're hungry.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And so Ebola started because this massive overfishing. So the villages and the communities were then going to like really rare species, or not rare species, but animals on land that are not supposed to be eaten.
Right.
And so then that's how Ebola started. And so it goes into all that, and then it goes into like this whole idea of like blood shrimp, which essentially is these fishing community, or these fishing companies are like creating slave labor and like humanitarian problems and human right problems, because they're enslaving these people to run these salmon farms and the bluefin tuna, because it makes so much freaking money off of it. And then they're doing so they filmed a lot of these little slave camps, and some of the people that had gotten out, and they said, you know, we cannot, like, they changed their voices and stuff, because if they had been exposed, like, they would be killed for exposing the slave trade and everything going down. But that being said, it's very, very graphic. It's really hard to watch, but I mean, I don't know enough about the industry to know like what's true and what's false. But then now I'm just doing my backside research. But definitely watch it. It's very eye opening.
Sounds great.
If you can get through it, it's good.
Yeah,
because it's just, we live our lives like, oh, I'm gonna go and have sushi tonight, and like
we're so unaware.
And
of
they
anything.
say the only way to end this is to stop eating fish, and so
that's what I mean. It goes back to everything,
right?
That's like why I'm struggling with eating meat too.
Yeah, and so now I'm like thinking about sushi, and I'm like, I love a crispy tuna rice. Like, this is so messed up.
I know.
It is so messed up how it gets here.
You just have to buy it.
Yeah. So
make
that's
sure it's
that
sourced responsibly.
Do you want me to do my other one, or do you want to do one and we'll go back and forth?
Yeah, I'll do one. I'll try to break it up a little bit. Well, I want to talk about, I got my microblading done again. I hadn't had it in like a year and a half. And every time I get it, I'm like, dang, I love it so much.
I know, I'm jealous you can take it.
Yeah, I love it. It's my third time. I go back in a month, but
for your touch up.
Yes, I just love it. If you guys are thinking about doing microblading, it's basically like tattooing for your brows to darken them. And it really just does cut a lot of time in the morning, and I feel way prettier when I have them done, you know, because you don't have to do anything. And it's 7 days you can't get your eyebrows wet, which is not bad.
Is it recommended to do like microblading plus like laminating?
Yeah, totally.
So you need to go see Carrie and get them laminated.
Yeah, so you can do both. Carrie said she likes it when people have microbladed brows because it like makes it more defined. Oh my goodness, we are having so many buzzers today, and I turned everything off too. So yeah, that's my. Do you have another one?
I do, but should we talk about something else in the meantime?
Yeah, I guess we can.
Because mine is long-winded. You know,
it is long-winded.
You know me.
Are you long-winded? Oh, yeah. I've never known you to be.
I'll tell a story for 10 days if you let me.
10 days later. Okay, so this is Nicole's sponsor that she absolutely loves. We have a lot of good feedback about this one. And if you're thinking about maybe seeking therapy, now would be the time. We're about to start to opening have the world open. And I think there's a lot of people now starting to freak out a little bit about what's next. You know, I think reality's starting to hit of like, wait, we can't be taking all these bad habits with us. Hang on.
Maybe click download.
Mercury is not even in retrograde right now.
I know. And everything's
it's literally, it's all tech. It's all technology.
Mine too. Shit. My computer, my Teams isn't working. And so.
Now the internet's not working.
Wow. Okay, I'll talk about.
Hang on. Just don't talk about anything. Just be quiet.
Okay.
We'll just edit this all out. Okay, so we'll just start from where I left off, Tommy. So we have a really great tool that can help you. It's called BetterHelp. They will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You connect in a safe and private online environment, super convenient, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. So you send a message to your counselor at any time. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. And that's what Nicole does. She does video sessions. And she's been working with a therapist for a few months now, right?
Yeah, since really last year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's been probably...
Oh my God, I feel like this year's flying by.
Probably been close to 5 or 6 months.
That's awesome. And she's really seeing a difference.
Yeah. I feel great. I feel my mind is clear. And when my mind isn't clear, I can message my therapist.
Yeah, and that's what's great is, with traditional therapy, it's usually a weekly session. And with this, you have your weekly sessions, but then also if you need extra support, you can just send a little message. So whether it's depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, grief, self-esteem, LGBTQ, whatever you're dealing with, BetterHelp can help you. So, and everything you share is confidential, convenient, professional. It's very affordable, and it's about to be even more affordable because we have a discount for you. So we want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/obsessions. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/obsessions. Okay, what was your other obsession?
Okay, my last one is another Netflix documentary. It's a show, and it's called Who Killed Sarah?
What? I haven't heard of this.
Yes, it came out I think this weekend.
Okay.
And it's actually a Mexican show. So the series is all in Spanish.
Okay.
But you can turn on the English. They do have a dubbed over English version with subtitles, which is what I did.
Yeah.
So it's about 10 episodes or 30, 45 minutes each. And it's this whole show about this girl that is going paragliding in Mexico with her friends at their friends' lake that's near their house. And these are very, very wealthy Mexican, they're in the casino industry. And so you're okay, what are they actually doing?
Right.
And so this girl's parasailing and the rope and everything snaps and she falls to her death.
Oh, dang.
And so the show goes into them figuring out, and this, I'm not giving anything away, that it was actually a murder, that someone had cut the ropes beforehand, knowing that she would be the one going up.
Okay.
And then... so this guy, her brother, they blame it on her brother, who's also on the boat, because it was just kids that just on an open lake doing it themselves. They had bought this parachute themselves.
Oh, dang.
And so the people who own the casino blame the brother. And so he goes to jail. He goes to prison for 15, 20 years. And so during that whole time in prison, he's trying to figure out how, when he gets out, he's going to get justice for his sister.
Dang.
And so when he comes out, then he starts getting back into that world with those people and trying to figure out who killed his sister. And it goes into the casino world in Mexico, which is really sketchy.
Yeah.
There's prostitution. There's all kinds of stuff going on. It's a really, really good show. It's the same guy that was in Narcos. So it's a pretty reputable cast in terms of it's not just Netflix. When they do these Netflix series, they usually put a good amount of money into finding good people to do it.
It's no Lifetime.
No,
movie
it's
network.
not a Lifetime network type of show. So it was really good. I watched it all in a day because it was so every episode was a cliffhanger. And then
awesome.
I will say the last episode is a cliffhanger.
Cool.
So, it's good. And the family drama. Oh, and when you got all this money, it gets even crazier because people are so greedy and it gets good. So
I'm excited. Who Killed Sarah?
Yeah, Who Killed Sarah?
Who Killed Sarah? Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
real
have to
good.
check that out.
What you got, Mo?
I got a couple other things.
Okay.
I love my orange Puree. It's my favorite thing ever. But what do I love more than orange?
Pineapple.
Yes. Puree came out with Puree pineapple.
Wow.
It's lit.
Is it too sweet?
No. It's delicious. You would like it. It's very refreshing. You know what I did this morning? I was very naughty. Central Market has all those fresh squeezed juices. So I always have lemon and lime juice usually because I do lemon water in the morning. But I got the pineapple juice. And this morning I had a puree with a little splash of pineapple.
So you did a pineapple on a pineapple?
It was delicious. If you added my Ciroc that I have in Naples, it would be so good.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I love my Naples life. I love that I drink Ciroc.
We're going to get one of those on Sunday. One of those pineapple drinks.
Ooh, a VIP.
Yeah.
At Del Frisco's.
I need a pregame.
Best. Huh?
I need to pregame.
Pregame Easter? Mm-hmm. You're going to pregame Easter?
Yeah, with what you got.
Oh, with the pineapple.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what?
Not like with alcohol.
Why are you talking about that? I was like, are you okay? Okay, this is so stupid.
Wait, where do you buy it?
I got mine at Tom Thumb. Okay. So any local grocery store.
I'll have to look for it. I go to Tom Thumb too.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. You got Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb.
I do. I like Tom Thumb.
I love Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb. I used to love Tom Thumb as a child because my mom, I love Boar's Head. Yeah. And that's where like Boar's Head is. But my mom would also, for my ADHD self, get me a big one of those pickles in the jars. Did y'all have that? Like at the deli, they have those big pickle jars.
No.
Oh my God, they had like the movie theater size.
Like movie theater.
Yeah, but they were Boar's Head pickles, so they weren't as tangy, like fake tasting. They were real pickles. Yeah. And I would just walk around that store, eat my pickle.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
weird.
Good.
That's so weird.
I love pickles.
I liked going to the grocery store with my aunt because she would let me open like food that she was
at the
buying.
store.
Yeah,
Aunt Pam.
No, my Aunt Chris, Lauren and Catherine's mom.
She would let you eat.
Like
in the
if
store?
we were like getting like a box of Oreos or something, she would let me open it and eat some.
Like while you were walking around.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know.
That's lit.
And now I'm like, that was the life.
That was life. Can you imagine trying to do that like now? We would get in so much trouble. My other one, I saw this on TikTok and I thought this was so funny. So there's this website. It's Astro Dash is how you know it's legit. Astro Dash. No. Is that a dash?
Yeah. Hyphen?
No. Hyphen. Okay. Charts.com. I'll do a swipe up on Instagram.
Yeah, it's dash hyphen, same to same.
Yeah. So you put in your chart, so your sun, moon, and rising, and then it tells you what celebrities also have that chart. And there's a funny thing. The TikTok says that, and I researched it, and some people do. Well, no, like the actual, like the video.
Oh.
I'm not calling
TikTok.
the TikTok. They say that people with your same chart look alike.
Okay.
And so I did mine to see. It was 4 old Jewish men. Well, one wasn't old, one was young. But it was 4 Jewish men, which just further cements the fact that I definitely was Jewish in another life.
Yeah.
I've said this before. If you guys, I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast. I went to Stage Door Manor, which was a theater camp in New York in the Catskills in Loch Sheldrake, and I did a PowerPoint presentation to my parents on why I
And you got to hang out with Leah Michelle.
Leah Michelle went to my camp. Mandy Moore went to my camp.
What's
Zach
that guy?
Braff went to my camp.
The one from
what's his name? I just watched him.
The one in that singing
Pitch
one.
Perfect. Yeah. Skylar Astin.
Yeah.
He went to my camp. We were in, so it was like based on how good you were by what theater you got. So there was like a really nicely redone theater called the Elsie, and that's how you knew you were a good performer. And then there was the
already separating you out at a young age.
Oh yeah. And then for sure. Like, and
I know. I was competitive.
I was 11, you know. No, I was 12 when I first went. That was young for a Texas girl to be gone. It was a 3-week camp.
And it's far to fly.
So far. My mom literally, we went to New York City. She brought a friend, my mom's friend, Susan, who I called Susu. And that was like, I was still in 6th grade. I was a baby. Yeah. And we went to Times Square. And then it was like, okay, we're going to LaGuardia. We're just dropping you off. And we don't know, you're going on a bus. And we don't, like, bye, see you. I don't know how I did it. I was very courageous for a 12-year-old.
Well, in the East Coast, like, that kind of stuff is a little bit more
it's way more normal. Camp culture there is huge. Like, you're going to camp from a very young age. Right. And it's about an hour away from home.
And boarding school is, like, super normal over there. So they're like,
totally.
The kids can go.
Yeah, like the parents don't care, but I'm a 3-hour flight
From
away
the
from
South.
my
Yeah.
So my nickname was Panty Belle because my mom ironed all my name into all my underwear.
Oh no!
I was ADD. I lost all my shit. But at the end of the camp,
my mom did it the old-fashioned Mexican way and just wrote
it in
with
Sharpie. Yeah. No, my mom had the printouts with the iron-on labels, but at the end of camp, my mom was like, "I'm a freaking dumbass. All of this shit is going in the trash, like any of your camp stuff." But anyway, back to my theater thing. So the first theater that I ever got was the outside theater, the Forum, which was the bad one.
Okay.
But like you work your way up. So by the time I ended, I was at the LC.
So you could work your way up in the camp, but it wasn't like next time you come back.
No, it was like you gotta keep going to the camp. So that you gotta keep paying the $1.8 million per 3 weeks, basically. So expensive.
I know.
For a theater camp,
Well, and you're
God
also
bless
sending
my
your
parents.
child off to be cared for 3 weeks.
So true.
So expensive.
Yeah. And it was so expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where was my point? We were talking about Stage Door Manor, New York.
Theater.
What were we literally just talking about, Nicole?
Well.
Oh my God.
Wait, wasn't it? Okay, let's go back. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't either. But this is the problem.
Let me look at my notes.
It's the Jewish astrology.
Okay. So that being said, all my roommates at that camp were all Jewish. And so I just had this huge connection with a lot of girls. So I kept in touch with a lot of them after camp was over. So this one girl in particular, we had a lot in common. She was an only child and she lived in Boston. And our families met and just immediately clicked. They were just the perfect Boston type of family.
Is this the families that you would like go on cruises with, or?
No, that was my roommate in college. But we would travel. They were the Blooms.
Blooms.
Howard and Cheryl Bloom. Howard and Cheryl. And Howard loved the White Sox or the Red Sox. One of them.
Sox.
He loved the Sox. He wrote a book about baseball, like just a good Boston kind of guy. So I went to Lindsay's bat mitzvah. My mom and I flew in from Dallas to go, and it wasn't a bat mitzvah. It was a wedding. Like she also at the time wanted to do fashion design, so she had designed a gown, and then decided last minute she didn't want to wear the gown, so they just
wore it?
No. I wish. So they displayed the gown in a glass box. Like it was crazy. And I remember my favorite part was they had a mashed potato bar, and I'd never seen one of those before. I still like
the bar and bat mitzvahs of the 2000s were like where you learned
oh my God.
what
class was.
And class and like what the possibilities were for a party.
For a wedding, really.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom was flabbergasted. But anyway, so we sat down in the synagogue, and I had never been in a synagogue in my life because we're raised Catholic. I always went to Catholic school, so I had one Jewish friend my whole life, like growing up. I didn't know.
El Paso is full of Jewish
people. Yeah. So did you go to bat mitzvahs?
I went to all of them.
Like equal bat mitzvahs to quinceañeras or more?
More
quinceañeras?
No, I went to
both.
I went to more bar and bat mitzvahs.
Wow, interesting. That's crazy. But we sat down in the synagogue.
Yeah, or the temple.
I was going to say the aisle, like the seats. And I open up the Torah, and I literally could read it.
You couldn't.
Yes, I could.
You're such a liar, Camille. You're such a liar.
No. Okay, what happened was...
there's no world where you're going to convince me by looking at me that you're right.
I was going to see if you would take it.
90% of the time, I will go with it.
I know. I was going to see if you would call me out. Okay, no, I couldn't read the Torah. What I could do was when the Baruch Atah Adonai stuff started happening, I knew that. In my
well, and it's a hymn. It's a song. So for you, it probably clicked instantly.
It was the second it started. I had never heard it. It literally was like Baruch Atah Adonai, and I was saying it. My mom will back me up on this. My mom looked and she was like, "How do you know this?" And I was like, "I have
past life."
I said, "I have no idea. I was definitely a Jew. Think of how I am with my friends. Like eat something.
Yeah.
I was definitely like a Jewish mother in my past life."
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could be one
making
now.
everyone comfortable.
Everybody's got to be comfortable, but also with a healthy dose of guilt too.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know. That might be the Catholic guilt.
Well, that's also the Argentinian. They're all so
Everything's
similar.
guilt.
Everything's guilt. We're going to be guilt one way or the
Latin,
other.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's all the same to me. So yeah, that's all I've got.
So,
sorry for
who did I get?
off track. Oh, so
Jonah Hill.
yeah. So they show you who your who your sign is, and then Aaron, what's his name, was on mine. That's actually kind of cute. Aaron Briggs.
I don't know who that is.
From what was he, American Pie? Yeah.
Oh,
and then,
no, that's what's his name?
He was in all those like early 2000 movies. Aaron Briggs, is that his name?
No, it's Eugene Levy's son in American Pie.
Right.
I forget his name.
I think that's his name. I don't know. I just put in Aaron Briggs.
No.
Aaron Briggs. No, that's wrong. What am I looking at, Nicole?
His name is
Jason.
Jason
Biggs.
Jason Biggs.
I went from Aaron Briggs to Jason
Biggs.
Jason Biggs.
Yeah. Jason Biggs.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah.
So he is a Taurus sun.
He's old. 1978. How old was he when he was playing these
42.
movies?
He was in his 20s because that was like,
that makes sense.
maybe like early 30s actually in American Pie, right?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. So he's a Taurus sun with a moon in Cancer and a Leo rising. And I put your chart in. I had 4 people. Nicole only had 1, and it was Jonah Hill. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know why.
You have such an interesting sign because a Sagittarius with a Capricorn rising is so weird.
I don't know. I don't know.
It means like, because Sagittarius is fiery and then Capricorns are like kind of like regimented and kind of crazy. I know. So it's just,
I am a little kooky.
No, it's just an interesting sign. I would like to see Jonah Hill. Like, is he like that too?
Maybe. I'm going to have to reach out to him.
You say, hey, we have the same chart.
Hey, I found you on Astro Dash.
Astro Dash chart. Okay, I have one more thing before we let everyone go. I'm going to turn this video that we're about to do into a TikTok.
Okay.
But it will also translate to a podcast and maybe be funny for a podcast too. But I want to get it right now so that we can record it.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but let's
just go with it. So you have to you have to say Lil Jon sayings without laughing or smiling. And so I do one and then you do one.
Give me a song real quick that
No,
Lil Jon
just be
sings.
like, like what he says.
Yeah, but give me a song.
It's not a song, just things that he says.
Okay.
Things that you can shout out. What does he say?
What?
Okay. No, we haven't started. We haven't started yet. Oh my God. You do one, then I do one.
Those are the only 2 I know.
Okay, I'll start. I should have let you watch the TikTok, I guess, before.
I have no idea what we're doing.
It's not that hard. You just don't yell them out. Okay, God. You just yell them randomly. Okay. No laughing and no smiling.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah! Okay! What? To the window!
That was easy. We didn't even laugh.
I know, because I was acting.
We had to find a better one.
Okay, what about like things...
Okay, what's something that we think is funny
about,
that we
like,
wouldn't
Pitbull?
laugh about? Pitbull?
Yeah. No?
That's funny for you.
Okay.
What about like...
Hello, mama.
Okay. No.
Mr. 305. Every day above ground.
No,
Bless.
it's funny because you have to yell it. And it's like, yeah!
Okay, well, the thing with Lil Jon is he only yells 2 things.
Well,
So
that was a fail.
Okay.
My other TikTok I did with John Mayer got a lot of views.
That was a great one.
Thank you. I did a duet with John Mayer.
Yes.
And a duet is different than a stitch. Brandy called me out because I'm supposed to be the TikTok queen.
My
tonight.
niece listens and she's like,
I did
you're
it
going
wrong.
to talk about TikTok,
I know.
you got to
okay,
know.
so a stitch is when you do a video and then someone does a video. Like you say, tell me you're not a blah, blah, blah without telling me you're blah, blah, blah. And then you do a video.
Okay.
A duet is like what John Mayer and I did because we did it collaboratively.
But I also heard duet could be, and I could be wrong here, Kennedy, let me know, is like people that are doing like reviews on something, they're like, I'm going to try it out. I'll do a duet. Like when I'm done trying.
Right. So yeah, it's just 2, like you can double videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it literally means what duet means.
Right, but Stitch could be confusing. I mean,
Yeah.
I just got them mixed up. It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes you poop your pants when you
It's not a big
Not
deal.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
We'll post that on our
Oh,
Insta.
that's so good.
That's
well,
the best
we're
video.
far enough past like that child being. So there's this video. We'll post it.
Yeah.
A friend was a teacher at this school of mine, and she videoed this little girl
Oh my God,
that
it
pooped
was
her pants, and she's like,
so
she
funny.
videoed her, and she was like, it's not a big deal.
She walked in hot.
She's like
and she
2
just
years
had her
old.
hands in the air. She goes, okay,
Not a
it's
big
not a
deal.
big deal. And they said, what's not a big deal? She goes, I poopy a little bit in my pants, but it's not a big deal.
She's like, and the teacher's like, my friend was like, did you fart and a little poop came out? She's like, yes. But it's not a big deal.
You know, she heard her mom say like, it's not a big deal. And so she just had that on.
Right.
Like, she forewarned, like she was walking 5 feet away. She's like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm just telling you it's not a big deal.
Well, and she's so damn cute, and
Oh
she's
my
wearing like a little
gosh.
uniform.
She is so cute. This
She's
has
like
been
a little
like,
towhead.
like 3-4 years since that. She's
No, longer.
5 years, you think? Oh my God, this kid's
That's
probably
like when we
like
first met.
No, I was on the Kid Kraddick show. So I was like
Oh.
25. So it was
Okay.
probably maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
You know,
So you're 30, right?
Yes. So if I was 25, it was 5 years ago.
I know.
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm still 30. I have 30 more days.
30 days.
I have 30 more days of being 30. So we're going to go to a pop-up concert tonight.
Yes, I need to figure out, like, do I just leave my hair like this?
Yeah, I love your hair like that.
I don't know. I'm so, like, not confident when my hair is
No,
curly.
I love it.
I just feel like I just look, I don't know.
You look adorable.
But that's what I don't want.
To look adorable?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to look, like, hot, you know?
Why do you have to look hot on a Wednesday? You don't have to look hot.
Because it's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Oh, okay. I mean, we're both double vaccinated. I texted another group text and I'm in with Bailey and her Houston girls, and I was like, it's me, Bailey, and then the 2 other girls had babies. And so I just feel like some of the things I say half the time, they're like, yikes. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go make out with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
Hot girl summer. Oh, dang.
Sorry.
It's that Fresca. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We have a crawfish boil this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we don't eat crawfish.
We don't eat it.
That's okay. And then he has risen.
And then Jesus.
He will rise.
Jesus will come on
And then
Sunday.
he'll come
and then
again.
next week.
Zach might be with us for Easter. He's still
good.
letting me know. Remember when we went to a brewery that one time after Easter? That was fun.
Did we have Ollie?
Yeah, we did have Ollie. Interesting. All right. Well, you guys have a very blessed Easter.
Yes. Enjoy your
And
family. Hopefully you
yes,
can be with your family this time.
the changes are coming.
I hope so.
I feel it. All right, y'all.
Keep looking up because that's where it all is.